Hi, my name is Abby Crosby, and I'm from the United States, state of Mississippi. I'll start my story by telling you that 15 years ago I developed fibromyalgia after an injury to my neck and shoulders during a move. My symptoms started that day, and they began in my neck and shoulders, and it was just sharp pain and stiffness in my neck and shoulders. So I began seeing local doctors, and they gave me injections and did x-rays and all the normal traditional Western medicine protocol for my situation. And anyway, it didn't help, and my symptoms just kept getting worse. So it spread to my arms and down my back, and over a period of 15 years it just continued to get in my hips and legs. Through all that time, of course, I read and learned more about fibromyalgia. It's also called chronic fatigue syndrome. And the main symptoms are pain in the muscles, which is what fibromyalgia means, and it's also called chronic fatigue, which is the second largest symptom, which is fatigue. You are tired 24 hours a day. Even when you wake up in the morning, you still feel tired. And the pain in the muscles also causes muscle weakness. It also affects the endocrine system, all the hormones, thyroid, it affects your sleep. So with all of these things, the only answers we had was to take medicine for the symptoms, and there wasn't a cure. It's a chronic disease, is what it's labeled as. And so the only answers traditional Western medicine has is medicine for the symptoms. So I had to take analgesics for the pain, thyroid medicine for the endocrine system problems, hormone replacement therapy medicine, and for me, I also had to take heart medicine. After about 10 years of just taking medicines for the symptoms and more symptoms that came up during the years, I realized that that wasn't the answer. I wasn't getting better, so I began exploring Oriental medicine or alternative medicine. So with that, I did some acupuncture for about a year. I did a few other Oriental medicine techniques, which really didn't help either. So then I began to go to some more doctors that are interested in integrative medicine, or even some is called regenerative medicine. And that included injections in the muscles, or, well, not really the muscles, but the ligaments, with sugar water or glucose water, which was supposed to try to help stimulate the fibrous tissue to regenerate. Anyway, so I did that for about 6 months. That didn't work very well either. And also, in order not to take more medicines, we started using vitamins and supplements for more symptoms that, I developed. So So by the end of 12 to 13 years, I was then taking about 5 medicines and 20 to 25 supplements. Magnesium, calcium, vitamins, all those sorts of things. So, at the last 3 years, my symptoms started getting worse and affecting my hips and legs, so that by then I was going to neurologists and neurosurgeons and getting injections in my low back with cortisone to try to calm those symptoms down, and that didn't really work either. So I just continued my search for an answer, because in my heart I knew there was some answer somewhere, and I just couldn't stop looking for it, because my quality of life was deteriorating, and I'm very young, and so I wanted to find the answer. So one day, this brings me to last May. This year's 2013. It's October now, and last May I was talking to a colleague of my husband's, and he is also interested in alternative medicine, and he was exploring some things himself, and through what he told me about some of the things he was doing, so I began to research them on the internet, and I think the key word that I typed in was cold water dowsing, and that led me to this site of this academy here in Poland, and I read the website, and it was very interesting. It was very different, something I wasn't used to, but what I was used to wasn't working. So I thought, I'm going to check this out. So I called the office, and I actually was able to speak to Mr. Alexander Retsky. He's the president and founder of this academy. And when I read the website, it actually used the word cure, which no doctor I had been to before ever used the word cure. They always, we managed the symptoms, and it was a chronic disease, and there were really no answers. So I asked Mr. Alexander what he thought about this disease, and if he was having any progress with curing this disease, and immediately he said yes. So that piqued my interest. So I talked to him for about 5 minutes. So also I was having problems with my back, my spinal cord, my upper back and lower back. So I asked him, I said, are you having progress with spinal cord diseases? And he said, yes, even, cures. So I was like, okay. So I talked to him a little while, and it was very interesting and very intriguing, and so we hung up, and I talked to my husband about this. My husband's a medical doctor himself, and we said, what do we have to lose? We'll try it. So a few other things happened in my life that same month, which gave me confidence that this is what I should try. So I called them back, and we scheduled a time for me to come. So that was last June. So my first visit here was July, I think the 1st until the end of July. So the first few days I learned what happens in the clinic. So when I came here, I didn't really understand everything that they did here. But everything they do is all natural, and so I thought, well, it's not going to hurt me. So we did sauna in the morning, we did cold water dousing and pools, we did mud baths, we did in the afternoon, we did stone massages, water massages, honey massages. So this happened the first week. On my 5th day here, my pain was cut in half. So, well, let me back up. My first day here, I quit taking all my supplements so that my body could start working naturally. My 5th day, after all of these massages and saunas, my pain was cut in half. So I cut my pain medicine in half. So my 6th day here, we did a gallbladder cleanse. And that was on a Saturday. 3 days later, I quit taking all of my pain medicine, and my pain was tolerable. So now the only medicine I have left is my heart medicine. So we just continued to work that direction and continued to do daily the same things we did the first 5 days until the end of the month. And by the end of the month, my symptoms were 75% gone. My pain was 75% gone. All my medicines were gone except my heart medicine. So I went home, and my instructions were, go home, do exercises, drink teas, had homework to do, and let your body rest for 2 months, and you can come back for another month. So I went home, and I felt so much better that I wondered if maybe I wouldn't come back. I said to my husband, I think I can live like this. So we thought about it and, just continued daily, and 2 months went by, and I said, I still have about 25% of my symptoms left. And if I don't go back, I'll never know. So we decided to come back on my 2nd visit, which is, I came back 2.5 months later, so it was September the 15th until October. It's October now. And I'm really glad I did, because I didn't understand this my first visit, but I understand it more now. He has explained to me this visit that my first visit was to stop the progression of the disease, and the 2nd visit is to help your body begin the regeneration process, or your body restoring itself. So this month we've basically done the same thing that we did last July, and every day I got better. I'm able to do many things, and I'll just give you a list of those in a few minutes. But also I've stopped taking my heart medicine. So we'll see how that goes. But it's good now. I can say that I used to say to my husband, if I could just decrease my pain a little and increase my sleep, I'd be so much happier. So I'll give you a list of the things that has gotten better for me. And now, by the end of my second visit, I feel like I have gotten totally rid of 95% of my main symptoms. So, the pain in my muscles, I only have about 5% of that left. The weakness in my muscles is gone. I have muscle tone and muscle strength. Muscle tone was impossible for me to get before, just because of the fatigue and problems with my body. I'm sleeping again without supplements. I'm off from all my medications and supplements. Have strength in my muscles again, I'll say, and tone. I'm able to exercise, which I wasn't able to exercise before. I'm running up and down stairs, 4 flights of stairs several times a day. I'm riding the bike for 10 minutes every day. The fatigue that I used to feel, well, after my first visit, I had 6 hours every day of good energy when I went home. So the fatigue that I used to feel, I really don't notice it anymore. So anyway, that's better. I don't take any thyroid medicine, hormone replacement therapy, so my endocrine system is better. And I can tell that because my nails used to break when my thyroid was low, and they're very strong. 3 years ago, I had almost had to give up driving my car because of the muscle spasms in my low back and legs when I tried to drive. So I was basically only driving maybe just to church once a week, and that was about it. So after my first visit, I went home, I began driving my car again without muscle spasms in my legs and hips. So that's better. Even my skin is better. After my first visit, I went to the beach, and my skin's absorbing the sun again, which it wasn't for years doing that. So let's see. I think that's all I have to say. This is my story, and as they say, I'm sticking to it. Thank you for listening. Okay, bye-bye.